The movie starts with a guy named Ben falling into what looks like a cozy study room, filled with books, old furniture, and a fireplace. It feels safe, but that doesn't last long. Ben notices a puzzle across the room, and before he can make sense of anything, the walls suddenly start moving in, like he's trapped in a crushing machine. A clue near the puzzle says, "Follow the light to greener pastures." This leads him to a green book lit up by a falling lamp. Ben manages to follow the clues and finds a code, but when he tries it, nothing happens. The walls keep closing in, and a piece of wood stabs him in the leg. He screams in pain, and the screen cuts to black. That's when the title drops, Escape Room.
Now we rewind 3 days earlier in Chicago. Here we meet Zoe, a shy but intelligent student, sitting quietly in her physics class. The professor is discussing something called the quantum Zeno effect. It's a strange concept, the idea that if you constantly observe something, it won't change. Sounds a bit confusing, but don't worry, it becomes important later in the story. Zoe isn't just quiet, she's haunted by something. Before class ends, her professor encourages her to do something bold over the Thanksgiving break. The next day, Zoe finds a strange black puzzle box outside her dorm room. Zoe assumes it's from her professor, a clever challenge to push her limits, just like he suggested. We then meet Ben again, before his close call with the crushing walls. He's working in a grocery store stockroom, broke and depressed. He asks for a better job at the front counter but gets rejected. People still judge him because of a recent car accident. He drinks to cope and keeps a flask with him. Later that day, he finds the same black puzzle box waiting for him in the back room, with a note saying it's for him. Then there's Jason, a rich, cocky day trader who treats people like garbage. While yelling at someone on a call, his assistant hands him a package. Yep, it's the same puzzle box. Jason assumes it's from one of his wealthy clients and decides to solve it. Each of them, Zoe, Ben, and Jason, tries to open the puzzle box in their own way. Zoe draws patterns and takes notes. Ben tries to smash it open, then slowly figures it out. Jason cheats, watching YouTube videos to solve it. They all manage to unlock it, and inside is an invitation from a company called Minos, offering a $10,000 prize to join a private escape room challenge. The next day, the three, Zoe, Ben, and Jason, arrive at the escape room location. Inside the waiting room, they meet three more people. Danny, a hardcore escape room fan, Mike, an older, friendly guy who jokes a lot, and Amanda, a quiet, serious woman with a tough vibe. Things take a turn when Ben tries to step outside for a smoke, but the door handle snaps off, revealing an oven knob underneath. That's when Danny suddenly realizes, this isn't the waiting room. This is the first escape room. The game has already started. Everyone quickly begins searching for clues. Mike finds a screwdriver hidden inside a copy of Fahrenheit 451. Zoe guesses the oven knob must be linked to the number 451, and when she turns it, the ceiling opens up, revealing massive heat lamps. The room is literally starting to cook them alive. They panic and look for a way out. Amanda finds a locked window behind the frosted glass, where the receptionist was earlier. Danny, still in denial, insists this is all safe and staged, like every other escape room he's done. But the tension rises fast. As the heat intensifies, Ben checks a fire extinguisher. But it's fake. When he tosses it aside in frustration, a hidden key falls out. Zoe uses the key to open the locked partition, only to discover the receptionist was just a mannequin playing a looped recording. Then a phone rings. Jason answers it. The voice tells them to follow the posted rules. But what rules? They haven't seen any. As soon as Jason hangs up, the room transforms again. Windows seal shut with metal panels. The red lights flicker on, and more heat tubes begin blasting. Amanda starts to panic. She's having a breakdown from the heat and pressure. Zoe jumps in to help, calming her with water and reassuring words. Then Zoe notices a small sign. Please use coasters. Zoe realizes there are 6 drink coasters in the room, and 6 people. If they all press them at the same time, it might trigger a way out. Danny, Mike, Zoe, and Ben hold the coasters while Jason crawls into a nearby vent, discovering a panel that needs the screwdriver to open. Amanda swaps with Mike, handing him the tool so he can squeeze inside. Jason goes first through the vent, then Amanda follows. Zoe gets the idea to use water glasses to weigh the coasters down and hold the mechanism. Once everything is set, she climbs into the vent. Ben and Danny are left to place the last 2 glasses of water on the coasters, but that's when they notice a problem. One glass is short because Amanda drank from it earlier. They panic, unsure what to do, until Ben remembers his flask. He pours the alcohol inside into the glass, completing the set. The lock clicks and they escape, just seconds before a massive fireball engulfs the room. The vent drops them into the next chamber, a rustic, freezing cabin straight out of a horror movie. 2 locks guard the exit. One standard, the other a puzzle requiring a 7-letter word. Even after what just happened, Danny still insists it's just a hyper-realistic game. Amanda has had enough. She spots a camera and yells at it. "I quit!" Tensions rise in the cabin while the group argues over what to do next. Jason finds one of the door keys. Meanwhile, Ben, scanning the clues around the room, figures out that the 7-letter word for the puzzle lock is Rudolph, a painful reminder of his past car accident. With both locks open, the group moves into the next stage, a room made to look like a frozen lake. As they all step outside the cabin onto the icy surface, the doors slam shut behind them. The temperature? A freezing -1 Celsius, and it's still dropping. The group scrambles to search for clues. They find a red winter jacket. Mike, searching alone, finds a stuffed replica of his dog, which leads him to spot a fishing rod hanging from a tree branch. Zoe finds a compass in the red jacket and follows it to discover a metal weight clearly magnetic. And Ben accidentally steps on a fragile patch of ice that breaks open, revealing a hidden fishing hole. They regroup and attach the magnet to the fishing line, lowering it into the icy water. Eventually, they reel in a key frozen inside a block of ice. Ben steps away to smoke. The group needs his lighter to melt the ice, so he slides it across the frozen surface. Danny volunteers to grab it, but as he reaches the center, the ice collapses beneath him. He falls into the freezing water and doesn't come back up. Just like that, Danny is gone. The mood shifts instantly. Reality hits hard. This is no game. It's life and death. Everyone is shaken, except Jason, who coldly focuses on getting the key out of the ice. With no other tools, the group takes turns huddling together, using their own body heat to slowly melt the block, passing around the single red jacket to keep warm. As the temperature plummets below 0 Fahrenheit, -18 Celsius, Jason finally manages to free the key. They race across the cracking ice to the locked door on the far side. As they run, the ground beneath them begins to splinter and collapse. Massive chunks of ice explode upward. Just in time, all 5 make it through to the next room. The new room flips everything, literally. They're inside an upside-down billiards room, where the ceiling is the floor and the furniture, pool tables, chairs, bar stools, is bolted overhead. The song Downtown plays on a loop in a creepy, old-timey tone. Jason spots a door missing its doorknob. Mike notices the 8-ball is gone from the pool table. Both are clearly key to escaping. Then, the music cuts. A huge section of floor drops away into a deep, bottomless pit. Amanda bravely climbs across the room, swinging behind the counter to find a locked safe needing a 4-digit code. Zoe solves a sliding puzzle in the wall, revealing 4 colored billiard balls, the clue. They enter the code. Nothing. Zoe realizes, if the room's upside down, the code must be 2. Amanda enters the reversed code. It works. The safe opens to reveal a doorknob painted like an 8-ball. She pockets it and swings back. But it slips out, landing on the last solid floor. Amanda drops to grab it, tossing it to Jason just in time. She leaps for a dangling phone cord as the last floor crumbles. Zoe reaches with a pool cue, but Amanda knows she won't make it. She lets go, falling into the abyss. The group escapes without her. Everyone is shaken. The new room is eerie, a replica of each player's hospital room from past trauma. They realize something strange. They all survived horrible accidents alone. They open up. Every person here is the sole survivor of some tragic event. A plane crash, a car wreck, drowning, all lived while others didn't. It wasn't random. They were chosen. Zoe connects the dots. This game isn't about skill. It's about survival. She recalls the quantum Zeno effect from physics, how being watched changes everything, and smashes the cameras to stop being observed. Suddenly, a video orders them to test their limits to move on. Jason thinks it's a physical challenge. He finds an EKG machine, assuming the goal is to raise their heart rate. There's a 5-minute countdown, poison gas, if they fail. Jason pressures Mike to use a defibrillator to spike his pulse. Mike agrees, but it goes wrong. Mike dies, electrocuted. Only then does Jason realize the truth. It was about lowering your heart rate. As gas fills the room, Jason meditates, slowing his pulse. The door unlocks. Ben begs Zoe to come, but she's still smashing the last camera. The gas overwhelms her. She collapses. Jason and Ben escape. Ben and Jason keep moving forward. They find a hatch with a message underneath. Feel free to leave, but may we note, it's best to find the antidote. Ben touches the handle, and suddenly, everything feels distorted. They're hallucinating. The handle was laced with poison, and they're both now slowly dying. They stumble around the room, trying to find the antidote. Ben spots a single vial, just one. Jason immediately attacks him. The two fight violently. In the struggle, Ben pushes Jason, who crashes into a wall, hitting his head. Jason doesn't get back up. Ben injects himself with the antidote and watches Jason die on the floor. With no time to waste, Ben climbs down into the next chamber, which brings us back to the very first scene of the movie, the crushing room. Then the movie jumps back to Zoe, lying motionless in the gas-filled room. Two people in hazmat suits walk in. They talk casually about having to clean up two bodies, but then one of them notices something strange. An oxygen mask. Zoe jumps into action. She ambushes them, grabs one of their guns, and escapes through a hidden door. Meanwhile, Ben, who we thought was crushed in the fireplace room, is still alive. In a last-minute move, he used a decorative shield from the wall to block the flames and crawled inside the fireplace. Once the walls closed, a secret exit opened, and Ben made it out alive. He finds himself in a strange, dark room, the control center. It's the Game Master's office. A mysterious man appears. He explains everything. The escape rooms are designed by a secret organization called Minos, funded by the world's wealthiest elites, who bet on who will survive. Ben asks if he can go free. The Game Master smiles, and then tries to strangle him to death. Suddenly, Zoe bursts in and shoots him. It's not over. The Game Master lunges at Zoe. The two struggle, and just when it looks like she might lose, Ben smashes a glass object over him from behind. The Game Master stumbles, and Ben quickly grabs the gun, ending it for good. Finally, the nightmare ends. One day later, Ben lies in a hospital bed. Zoe is by his side. The police arrive, and she tells them everything. The cops seem skeptical. They visit the building, but it's empty. Every clue is gone, like it was never there. The authorities? They don't believe a word of it. 6 months later, Zoe and Ben meet at a cafe. Zoe has been searching for answers and she's finally found something. Coordinates to Minos' next base in New York City. She's not done yet. She wants to take them down. Come with me, she says. After a pause, Ben agrees. But Minos is already watching. A plane spirals out of control mid-air. Two flight attendants race to solve a puzzle, desperately trying to open the locked cockpit. They finally solve it, but it's too late. The pilots are dead. The plane crashes into a mountain. Suddenly, everything glitches. It was a simulation. Just another trial. Minos is already designing their next game. For Zoe and Ben. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. See you in the next.